My name is Paige Kilian, and this is my place in Canadian history. My story begins in St. Giorgio, a town located in the province of Venice in Italy. On December 6, 1926, my papa, Ivo Lucchini, was born. My grandfather learned the key to success and determination as he took to taking care of the family farm after his parents, Lovecchio and Angela. There was a constant sense of frustration as the Second World War started to revolutionize. When Germany took power of Italy, desperation was felt among the citizens. In 1941, at the age of 15, my papa was taken to Yugoslavia by the Germans to dig trenches. My grandfather said he would dig trenches 7 feet deep. After being there for 8 months, an elderly man helped him escape. He cut holes in the barbed wire and found a boat, where later in the night they rowed across the sea. From there, he walked back to Italy. The journey took 16 days, where he walked around roadways and used previous knowledge. Once, walking in a train station, there were 3 German soldiers. A lady spotted him and told him to crawl under the bench. She then sat on it and covered the bottom of it with her skirt. 4 months after returning home, he went back to work for the Germans, moving logs. In 1947, my papa came to Canada, sponsored by his uncle in pursuit of a better life and job opportunities. He chose Canada because it's a great country with endless opportunities where he couldn't get in Italy. Once here, he began working on the family farm and exchanging letters with my Nana, Selena, and Fonty. They later decided Selena would come to Canada. In 1957, Selena boarded the Costa Étouschon, where 15 days later she landed in Ingersoll, Ontario. 2 weeks after meeting, they married on December 31st, 1957. My Nana also had struggles growing up in Nazi-occupied Europe during the Depression. When the Germans would come door to door each and every day to collect the goods, my great-grandfather would take the horses and wagon out to the fields far away so they wouldn't be able to find him. One day, when my grandmother opened the door, the Germans instructed her and her siblings to walk along with them to find their father. Her and her siblings walked for miles while the Germans trailed behind them with their machine guns on their backs. Whenever an airplane from America would fly over her and her siblings, they would have to run into a shaded area so they would not get shot at. Once they found their father, the Germans took the horses and wagon away and moved on to the next town. My great-grandfather became furious because he needed the horses and wagon to keep working on the farms. My great-grandfather packed 1 bag full of food and clothes and went out searching for the horses and wagon. 1 week later, he returned with them along with the bicycle that he used to get around with. The Germans had taken the reins of the horses, so they made makeshift reins out of barbed wire. Years later, my grandparents had 4 children, Mary, Linda, Lorenzo, and my mother, Sylvia. Back in Romania in 1928, Joseph Kilian made his way to Canada in hopes of a better future after being disillusioned. After fighting in World War I, he watched his brothers and cousins get deployed for World War II. War causes lots of pain and destruction, but in the end brings in peace. It's about people's unwillingness to change and compromise with others. Years after coming to Canada, Joseph met Mary, an immigrant from Hungary who came to Canada in 1936. On May 11th, 1939, Joseph and Mary got married, where years later they had 3 children, Ernie, Joe, and Teresa. Their son Ernie grew up to be a farmer, just like his parents. Later he got into real estate and met Marianne Vermeulen, born in Canada to Belgian immigrants Remy and Gabriella, who came from Brussels after the First World War. Ernie and Marianne got married on February 26, 1968, where later they had 3 children, Ernie Wendell Jr., Brett, and Melissa. When my mom Sylvia was at grade 10 in high school, she met my dad Ernie. They dated for 9 years, and in June of 1996, they got married. On July 12, 2000, they had their first child, a girl, Cassidy Paige Kilian, and on September 7, 2003, Sylvia gave birth to a baby boy, Matthew Wendell Kilian. Today, my family lives in Tillsonburg, while my Nana and Papa still live where they emigrated from Italy. I am working hard in school, and my desire is to become a registered nurse and nurse practitioner. My grandparents are proud in how generations of our family continue to show the same hard work and determination they brought to Canada. Family is a single word with many different meanings. People have many ways of defining a family and what being a part of a family means to them. In a world of turmoil and uncertainty, it is most important that we make families the center of our lives. Uncovering our families' lives is what enables us to find our significance in Canadian history.